Ask yourself, what is one thing that you find easy that others find hard? Hi there, I am Sinem. I've been writing on Medium since 2018. I have reached millions of readers through my work on the platform, have coached thousands of people through programs like Medium Writing Academy, and I am a publication editor and boost nominator on Medium. And in this video, I'm going to give you 5 quick tips that are really important for new writers who are starting out, who are looking to grow their audience, who are looking to become better writers and build their audience and income by writing on Medium. The first lesson is that you should never expect your first couple of pieces to be exceptional and great. If you are a brand new writer, you will need some time to improve your writing. If you've never written anything for anyone to read in the past, don't expect your first couple of pieces on Medium to be great and to do very well and to reach a lot of people. Understanding how to write well on the internet takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, and it just takes a little more effort than most people believe. You have to understand how to come up with great hooks. You have to write great titles, great introductions. You have to understand what readers are looking for and why they click on certain pieces and ignore others when they discover them on their feeds. So don't expect to write great stuff right away. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't expect your first couple of articles to be perfect. Your first couple of articles, look at them as your playground, as your testing experience. You have to get them out there. There is no way to become a better writer without actually writing, but you have to make it through those first couple of articles. And how many those are is going to depend on your skill set, on how quickly you learn, on your past experience, and a bunch of other things. But eventually you will get there. You will become a better writer by writing, by publishing, and by putting yourself out there. Just don't expect it to be perfect. Don't expect anything you create to be perfect or even to be really good if you are just starting out. Embrace the fact that you are a beginner and enjoy the journey. Allow yourself to be a beginner. As a beginner, not too many people will see your first couple of stories, right? That should be a relief. You are allowed to test and practice and learn in public without being too hard on yourself. My second tip is more like a habit that I want you to start from now on as a new medium writer or as a new writer. I want you to be mindful of anything you read. When you come across an article and you click on it, ask yourself why you clicked. What made you click? What made you decide that this particular article might be worth your time? Why did you skip dozens of other articles but decided to click on that one? Why do you like or dislike a particular sentence, an introduction, or an entire section in your favorite writer's work? Be more mindful of how you are consuming things. Dissect the work of your favorite writers or even of writers that you don't even like. What makes you like or dislike an author? What makes you like or dislike an article? Is it the idea? Is it the way the sentences are formed? Is it the word choice? Is it the structure? Is it the flow? Is it how the article makes you feel by the end when you are done reading it? There is a lot that you can learn if you are just a little curious and open-minded, and if you don't just read for the sake of reading, but read for the sake of becoming a better writer. Which brings me to the third point, that is, don't worry about being a real writer and about being worthy of writing on the internet. There's a lot of noise about what a real writer should do and shouldn't do. There are a lot of people who believe that real writers are not marketers, they only care about the craft. I always like to say I would much rather be a well-paid writer than a broke but real writer. You write, which means you are a writer. Don't get obsessed about labels. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. As soon as you start to write and publish your work, you are a writer and you are allowed to write. You're allowed to share your thoughts on the internet. And there are millions of people who might potentially want to read what you write, but you have to get your work in front of them. Don't let negative thoughts and insecurities hold you back. We all started at the bottom. We all started with 0 followers. My first 150 articles were horrible. They were really, really bad. And I haven't even deleted them. They're still on my Medium profile. So if you want to make the effort and if you have spare time, you could scroll past 500 articles on my profile and you will end up on my first pieces, which are really, really bad. But that's how I started, and I'm proud of myself for doing it and for starting, even though I had no idea what I was doing, even though I had no writing experience. I had no idea how to build an audience or how to share my message. But I was curious, so I gave it a try. And it's the same for you. You have to just get started. Don't care about labels, about being a real writer, about whether you're have enough to share or not. The ideas will come, the inspiration will come. You will become better if you just allow yourself to start imperfectly. The fourth lesson is for you if you are not necessarily sure what to write about. Maybe you are really excited about the idea of writing on the internet, of starting a little side hustle, of sharing something with the world, but you don't know what exactly to write. And if that's the case, I encourage you to think about the topics that you are excited about. They don't necessarily have to be connected to each other. That's the beauty of Medium. You can start to write about dozens of different topics and you'll see which ones stick and which ones don't, which one resonates with an audience, which one do you enjoy to write about. Think about questions like what makes you happy, sad, angry, frustrated, upset, or inspired? What are the topics that evoke an emotion and that you want to explore? What do you like to talk about on a Saturday night when you are out with friends and you could be doing anything? What is the thing that you are actually excited and inspired about? Um, and last but not least, and this is a really great question to ask yourself if you want to provide value and make sure that people are actually finding value in your writing. Ask yourself what is one thing that you find easy that others find hard? What is it that comes naturally to you? What is it that others ask you for advice? What do you why do friends call you when they are stuck? What do they ask you about? That's a great question to ask yourself when you are stuck and you don't know what to write about. Write about the things you care about, write about the things you know about, write about stories, or write stories that inspire you and that are unique to you. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Medium rewards writers who are not afraid to show personality. In fact, that's the only way to stand out on Medium nowadays. You need personality. Your writing has to have personal connection. So allow yourself to tap into those interests, into those emotions, and the inspiration that you have stemming from your real life experience. And my fifth lesson is the most hands-on one. Start to work with publications as soon as possible. Publications on Medium are a fantastic opportunity for new writers to grow their audience faster, to get feedback, to be part of a community, and to also have a sense of belonging. Publications can help you reach a much larger audience than you could possibly reach on your own if you're a very new writer. And publications are just a great home for your writing on Medium. They can be a great support. You can connect with editors. You can connect with other writers and just be part of a community of like-minded people who are writing about similar topics and have similar interests. And a lot of new writers are afraid of publishing with publications or applying for publications in the beginning because they think that they don't have enough experience, their writing might not be good yet. And that might be true. You might get a few rejections first, but to be honest, there are publications for every stage and for every kind of writing on Medium. There are publications specifically for new writers. And if you are a new writer, you will be much better off publishing in a new writer publication than on your own profile. And the truth is, most publications don't necessarily care about whether you are a new writer or not, as long as the quality of your writing is aligned with their guidelines. At Better Marketing, we love to publish brand new writers and give them a stage, give them a voice, because they might have something to say that we have not heard about yet. They might have a new perspective that we haven't featured in the publication yet. We don't care if it's your first or your second or your 100th story on Medium. We only care about the story itself. So don't be afraid to apply for publications. You are missing out on a huge opportunity if you are only publishing on your private profile and never working with publications. Get out there, talk to editors, message them, apply to a lot of publications, see which ones accept you, and start to work with a handful of publications so you can get more feedback, you can get more engagement from the community, and you're part of a community of writers instead of just doing it all by yourself. All right, I hope this was useful. Those are my 5 quick tips for new Medium writers. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts or questions in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in another video.